listening to a podcast by and for fans of the San Francisco Giants with hosts Willie Dills, Chad King, and Ben Lee.
Let's go Giants! SF Giants! Let's go Giants! SF Giants!
Dedicated to the greatest team in Major League Baseball history, the San Francisco Giants. This is TortureCast.
Welcome everybody to the TortureCast, the podcast by and for fans of Zeke's Sport Diamond Bar. Also fans of the San Francisco Giants. My name is Willie Dills, and this is another Press Box Bonusode. We have an especially special one tonight. I said special twice in a row there. It's especially special, but there's a couple reasons why. Oh yeah, yes, yes. Actually, just the shot. I'm going to steal one of his. Yeah. Best intro ever. This intro is amazing. All right, so I'm going to just go ahead and say who we're joined by. Then I'm going to set this recorder down in the middle of the table, and you may never hear anything else again because it's really loud in here tonight. Thank you. Yeah, normally we come here on a Monday night, and there's nobody except for us. And it's awesome. I'm trying to scream. Yeah, tonight we'll talk extra loud. All right, my name is Willie Dills. Next to me is Chad King.
Hello, everybody.
Then, of course, we got Ben Lee.
Howdy, howdy.
I don't think anybody heard that, but he said howdy, howdy. He said howdy twice.
Did he? Did
yeah.
I can't hear
also
myself
joining
big.
us again, we have @Jen Cosgriff. What's your social security number again? That's at the end. Welcome back to the show.
I'm going to punch you during this episode. Forget next time.
So I guess the lefty first baseman never came to being, huh?
We never got a lefty first baseman in
The
there.
night is young.
She's actually going to opt for @punch in the face.
She will find a lefty first baseman somewhere and fall in love with him. Yeah. Is any of you a lefty first baseman? We also have, it's Allie Doy. I'm sorry, Joe-Allie. Duh.
Please change it to Doy.
I can't change my brand now.
Yeah, it's true. You're branded. Yeah, you can't go back. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
And a special guest tonight, all the way from Florida. First time ever at a Giants game. He joined us on a podcast, what, 2 months ago? A while ago. April. Holy crap. I think the Giants were in first place. Yep. Things have changed.
Good times.
Yeah.
Everybody welcome. 2 Out Hits, the blog, you guys have all hopefully checked it out. Mr. Eric Nathanson, welcome.
Hey, San Francisco, I am inside of you.
So you went to your first game ever at the ballpark, like a home game for the Giants, right?
Yeah.
How many games of the Giants have you actually been to?
I've probably been to a good 30 to 50, somewhere in that ballpark.
But you're
over my
always the
lifetime.
dude with the Giants gear on in the unfriendly ballpark, right?
This was my first time seeing the home creams.
Yeah.
I've
And
never
here's the
seen them
thing.
at a home game.
Here's the thing, you didn't get to wear your Giants gear or cheer one time
I
because
did
you were
not.
in the press box.
No cheering in the press.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Did you cheer in your heart?
Of course. I always cheer in my heart, but we've got to be cool in the press box,
be
or else
cool,
they'll
man.
never let me be back.
You gotta play cool. You played it incredibly cool, I'll say that. So, how more perfect could it have been, though, that the Giants win 6-3, the crowd is amazing, Romo gets the save, Buster Posey has a big night, like all of the things just kind of happened like the way it should happen for your first game ever, right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I've always been a Tim Lincecum fan, so the fact that I got to see him as my first start at AT&T
Yeah.
was just amazing.
And pitch well, which
Yeah.
is these days a hit or miss possibility. So
And you saw
Well,
him in Tampa too, right?
I did. Well, the last time I got a press box
Did
in
they win that
Tampa. No, Will Myers hit a walk-off.
oh yeah.
But so Tim Lincecum's the only pitcher I've ever seen for the Giants
Yeah.
from the press box. But I mean, it was nice to see. I mean, the press box view is amazing.
It's
So,
great. Yeah.
It was
And
just
you were sitting in the place that we actually sat our first press box game too. It's perfect view from right there. I mean, you're directly behind home plate. and you just get an awesome view of everything.
Absolutely, but I mean, I had to make sure I sat with Allie and Ben because I didn't want to be lost in the sea of humanity up there.
Yeah. So, let's just recap the game real quick and talk about some of the big stories that were there. Like, there was a lot of stuff.
The ball dude.
Ball dude first and foremost. So,
Highlight of the game.
I think, what was his name? Like Bill Robertson or something like that?
Stab and double.
Stab and double. Stab and double.
I know I'm gonna.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Ball dude fell not once, but twice.
Except that he didn't really roll. It was sort of a stop, drop,
Never
and stay
made a
rock.
play.
He also missed a ball that was coming up on him, and he leapt for it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just sailed right
I
past
think all
him.
of this happened within the span of like one half inning. Too.
He gets an A for effort, but an F for execution.
Exactly.
And then he almost gave away Tony Sanchez's first career home run.
First career home run. A fan throws it back on the field. By the way, that fan who threw it back missed an opportunity to get like free game tickets.
Get a bat or something
Right.
for Sanchez. Yeah.
But I'm sure you just didn't realize.
He didn't know.
But are we sure that they actually threw the home run ball back?
We don't know, actually.
Because at Wrigley, I've seen more than once
People-
the swap.
Yeah, the ball switch, yeah.
So that person just breaks a baseball in the hopes that they catch another one, just to
I'm
A lot
not
of people
kidding.
bring
At,
balls in
in
their
the
mitts.
Wrigley bleachers, it happens
there's a chance
all
you'll
the
do it.
time.
Oh, Wrigley.
The funny
Yeah.
thing is, there's an MLB authentic
Well, look.
now who records these things. You throw it back, now that's the ball anyway. So you bring in yours. What's that gonna do?
Yeah.
When you,
Congratulations,
but look,
have
when you
a
haven't
ball.
won a World Series in 100 years, you got to find stuff to do to pass the time.
Ball swap,
So holding on to extra baseballs.
It's only been 53 years for them. No, wait.
No,
It's been 34.
no.
Yeah,
For the
Pirates?
Cubs? For the Cubs.
Oh, the
no, I'm
Cubs.
talking about the
That was
Cubs.
105, right?
The Pirates.
I am not paying attention, apparently.
That's all right.
1908, I
What?
think. Is the
Where?
last one.
It was
More than
1908.
100 years. Wow.
Merkel's
We passed
bone. If it
100
wasn't for
years.
the Giants and Merkel's boner, the Cubs wouldn't even have won in 08.
That's I guess that's true. That's some serious, deep Cubs Giants knowledge. right
Knowledge,
there,
baby.
by the way.
That's some serious deep.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna stop. No, I can't do it.
All right, so Ball Dude definitely one of the big stories of the game. Other story of the game was I told Chad this. It was one of the ugliest games I'd seen that had no errors until Scudero had his error. There was 3 wild pitches, I think, in this game. There was a lot of weird. There was Pill almost completely misplaying a ball in left field.
And almost yet another pill swinging bunt.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was
He's-
the excuse me swing. Whoops,
Yeah.
I didn't mean to swing.
Yeah, Willie Mays Hayes, basically.
Yeah.
He's finding himself a niche. Right?
Yeah.
The swinging bunt with runners and scoring.
It gets the job done. The RBI, you get the RBI,
Is it
you're
working
good to
so
go.
far?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was the swinging safety squeeze.
Yeah.
So it worked well. He got the RBI on that one. He almost killed a couple Giants tonight, too.
Yeah, that's right. So
He had Blanco leaping into
was
the arms of the
attempting
bat
to-
boy.
Yeah.
So that was fantastic.
My favorite was still Ryan Vogelsong just bailing at the railing.
Yeah.
And Brandon Bell looking terrified for his life, just leaning over and Vogelsong going, ah!
I'm gonna gaze at the belt picture. I'm
Oh,
finding it.
man. I love the lefty first baseman. It's crazy.
Carmen put it up?
I will never apologize.
Carmen was having a ball.
Yeah, that's probably been gift already, I'm sure, right? Blanco leaping into the hands.
Yeah, it's
I know,
got to
we're
have
just talking about the single shot. Single shot of Belt looking terrified.
All right, we gotta
It
post
is
that
the
later.
most amazing thing.
That's fantastic.
Fantastic.
That's the show notes picture right there.
Show notes picture. All right, the other story of the night, really ugly fedoras that are still surrounding us right now.
But less ugly than last year's.
Fedoras as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, there's a sea of fedoras and nobody pulling the look off at all. One guy.
We are sitting at a fedora-less table, by the way.
That's true.
None of us have a fedora.
That guy only pulled it off though because he was also
he
creating
did
an amazing
the
dance
best dance
while
to
wearing it.
Romo's entrance ever.
Yes.
By
Minus
the
the
way,
dance, he's just another douche in the fedora.
here's what we need: we need someone to come up with the actual Romo dance. When he comes in, we need the entire crowd doing some move similar to the Balfour Rage type thing that the Oakland A's do, or the Bernie Lean. You got to figure out what that is. We got to figure out what that
Wouldn't that
is.
just make us A's fans?
No, we got to take our own.
That's
Yeah.
my point. I don't want to be an A's fan.
So you're trying to say that we're just relaxed, like our dance game just isn't stepping up here.
No, not at all.
Well, that was my first time seeing the El Mechon or El Mechon? That was my first time seeing the El Mechon.
Was it magical?
I literally had, it warmed the cockles of my heart.
They say
it's
there's magic
amazing, right?
inside, and
Yeah.
there's definitely magic
I
inside
literally-
tonight.
And we're winning.
You can ask Allie and Ben. I literally stopped and watched.
He was like, what is this?
Yeah. Ben turned to say something to me, and I said,
stopped.
hold on. I had never
Always.
seen that because every game I watch is on MLB TV.
Well, yeah, so you get,
They don't show that.
You get the screen that says we'll be back in a moment.
Right.
All of a sudden you're back. Yeah.
And then Romo's pitching.
Or I get the "He's strong" commercial for the 85th time in that night.
So it's a beautiful thing because it lasts for a really long time.
Yeah.
His entire walk towards the mound and then all of his warm-up pitches. So everyone gets a night, and like the mood of the ballpark completely changes when that happens. Like everyone's already kind of having fun, and then all of a sudden it's just like a party. Like
Everybody perked up. It was incredible.
like here comes Romo, it's party time. Yeah. So I was looking at his stats. I mean, he's got a sub-3 ERA. He's got 31 now out of 35 ops. So if the Giants weren't so terrible this year, he could probably have like 50 saves by now. I mean,
And that's a lot of saves for like a terrible team.
yeah, I know, right? Like that's pretty damn effective. I mean, blowing 4 opportunities is, there's some guys who don't blow any, but whatever. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but then what happened
Yeah.
to Brad Lidge after that?
Well, yeah, exactly. And Eric Gagne.
Gagne.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just impressive.
Yeah, but come on, Gagne was on the juice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Brad Lidge, on the other hand, I don't know what he was on, but
Well, he was on the slider.
He was
that
on the
broke
Phillies
like
as well.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you don't need the juice to do that. You just need the right. That's what Romo does.
that's what Romo does.
It's a crazy slider. That's
by
all
the
he
way-
He
did.
better not lose that slider because
He
he's
won.
gone if he
He's
does
good.
that.
He
And now he's.
never
Oh, no.
Yeah. Now he's.
That's
Like,
it.
he could probably like wake up in the morning with no warm-up pitches, like break a slider.
I assume
3
that's,
feet.
I
You know
assume
what I mean?
that's
You
how
probably
he
do that. Yeah.
I assume that's how he gets dressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are they going to,
The Pirates hitters.
We're joined again. All right. So.
I was gonna say the Pirates hitters didn't know whether or not to swing at the
Yeah.
pitch when Romo was
So
in.
Lincecum kind of relies on his changeup. There's some introductions going on. Samantha Land has appeared. She says she doesn't want to talk on the podcast though. She's just going to eat the sloppy Joe, the Rally Sloppy Joe, by the way.
Yeah, Rally Sloppy Joe.
Yeah. Anybody who
very-
listens to the podcast
That's clever,
knows.
because usually you make her say something, but this time it's just she'll have food in her mouth.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to happen. Yeah.
You're going to put the recorder in her face anyway, aren't you? It's like,
Anybody
all
who
right, so
listens
what
to
about
the
this?
show knows that during the entire playoff run last year, I came here every game, and we never lost when I came and ordered Sloppy Joe. We never lost. We were down 0-2 to the Reds, came here for the next 3 games, 3-1 to the Cardinals, came here for the next 3 games. Sloppy Joe and Zeke's, and it works. I should be coming here every game from here on out, just to ensure the Giants can come back.
I think it's just a
actually.
playoff Sloppy
It's
Joe.
the only
Yeah.
chance they
The
have.
only chance is if I
Really,
eat Sloppy
the
Joe
Giants
every
are
day.
in your hands.
I know. What am I doing?
I basically blame you for this entire season.
Yeah. This whole season I haven't been here except for after the game.
Thanks, Willie.
Yeah.
Even better, though. Even better. We gained a game in the standings today.
Oh,
Okay, by the way, Baggerly was in front of us walking down for the press conference. He said the stat, this is the first time we've gained a game in the standings since July 31st.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
today is August 24th. by the
August
way.
is almost done. That's a month without picking up without winning a game when the Dodgers lose.
Well,
That's
just because the Dodgers
ridiculous.
haven't lost.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
they've lost what, like 5 games maybe total since.
Yeah, but we've lost on all the same
and we
days.
always lost on the same day.
Guaranteed we lost on all the same days. Like,
So they're only
But-
17 back now, something like that?
They
Yeah.
still haven't matched the 44-game record of the 1951 Giants, who went 37-7.
Holy crap!
The best,
yeah.
the best
That's
that the
the best run,
Dodgers
yeah.
did was they went 36-8 at one point in a
Okay.
44-game stretch, but they never crossed that threshold to be as good as our 1951 Giants.
That's right.
So this
Also,
is called trying anything we can to be better than the Dodgers, right?
Pretty
Because
much.
I'm always in favor of this. I just wanted to establish that we were clear.
Oh yeah.
Well, but they went 42-8 in that 50-game stretch, so that's a better winning percentage than 37-7.
Doesn't count.
But it doesn't count because
we're not
only
talking 50
considering
game stretches here.
Yeah,
Chad.
exactly. We're only
We're talking 44
we're
game
only talking
stretches.
44 game stretches.
I selected the sample size. You can't change
You
my
can twist the
sample
stats
size.
however you want. That's the way it works.
All
It's
I'm saying-
baseball, baby.
All I'm
It
saying
has
is
to be a
44
44-game
is
stretch
clearly the
because
number
stretch
that
is
matters.
44.
Because
Well,
yeah,
it's
because
Willie
of the cover.
McCovey's numbers, so
There
there
you
you
go.
go.
It's-
If stretch is 44, you have to
Who's got
pick
the best
44
record
game
over
stretch.
24 game stretches? Well, I want to know.
Well,
Man.
24
the Giants once went on a 33-game winning streak, so my guess is the Giants, from the 20s.
24-0.
It was like 1920, it might be 1933.
Yeah.
I'd have to look it up.
Okay, Okay, yeah. We'll check that out after.
Yeah.
Get
You
a
people
stats
don't
guy
care
on
about
it.
that. Sorry.
Finally,
We'll get
there's
someone
something
on
he
that.
has to look up.
I can't help it.
Everybody listening to the show right now is like, what the crap are they
Something
talking
he has to look
about?
up. I knew there was something he'd have to look up.
Yeah, right?
All right, so what else? Story of the game. Tim Lincecum pitching well.
I didn't think Tim pitched that great.
Well, he pitched out of the jams he got in.
The fourth
Right, but
inning
he also
specifically.
put himself in
I
those
think
jams.
Yeah.
The issue
Well,
is
two
I think they
leadoff
changed our
walks.
standard for Tim.
That's
Both
true.
up and down. But he spread the walks out. They didn't all hit. Like he didn't really have a big inning. The big inning really belonged to Mijares and Hershey on top of Tim.
What was his final line, though? 3 earned runs?
5 and a third.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
3 earned runs and only 3 hits and 8 strikeouts.
4 walks.
4 walks.
But that's what killed him.
Right.
But let's be honest, that's what his style is now, is he throws balls out of the strike zone and tries to get you to chase them.
Well, the amazing thing was he got 2 guys back to back to strike out looking in the second inning.
Oh, that's right,
And
yeah.
Tim only gets strikeouts on swinging pitches usually.
yeah.
So it was really impressive that he actually
going on
throws
here
some
right
balls.
But you should know, Allie's literally been watching this for like the last 10 minutes.
Apparently, Scutero is beating up on Romo
This is-
right?
after game. Yeah.
No, this is their little handshake.
It's
It's like
so cute and weird.
like Pablo
Boom.
has one for everybody, and this is
I
theirs.
stared at that for about, I think, 5 minutes in the press box after the game was over.
That's very nice.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take that away from
I
you.
mean, to be fair, I did turn the phone off for about 5 minutes, so I've only been looking at it for about like 7 total.
That is true.
So only like 60% of the total podcast time Abby's been on her phone.
That's quite all right.
Pretty good. Okay, other stories of the game? Anything else?
Pablo, 2 out, 2 strike,
Pablo,
RBI hit.
Yeah, 2 strike hit.
Buster Posey.
Buster Posey with 2 broken bats.
2 broken bats.
3 singles
Three
by
singles
what,
by
the
the
4th
fourth
inning?
inning.
Fourth inning, and then
Yeah, he was
nothing.
putting on a
There's some,
clinic.
there's some overlap here.
Yeah, he was definitely on his game. Brett Pill playing left field, weirdly.
Going back on the ball and coming in and shoestring catching it, and then apparently
And then it was the play of the game.
They selected that as the Barracuda Network's play of the game. It was like, wait a minute, he misplayed that,
Actually,
guys.
the worst play of the game.
Yeah.
Minus
Let-
Let that be a lesson, kids. If you take the wrong route to a fly ball and recover to make a great play, you'll get the play of the game.
There you go.
If it works for
Specified.
it works for his Google Cabrera, why can't it work for Red Pill?
Well, it was just really weird because you had Buster Posey playing first and Brett Pill playing left.
Look, and he was
Rather
like,
than having Buster Posey catch
come on.
and Brett Pill play first and an actual left fielder play left, I don't understand the thought
No,
process.
we just need to. You put Buster Posey wherever there's a hole.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna have Pill play first, you put Buster Posey in left field.
Well,
If you're gonna have
Bochy
someone
said
Pill play,
before
just
the
put Buster Posey
game.
in
They were
center.
just trying to stack the lineup with right-handers.
Well,
right?
yeah, not only that, he considered putting Peguero in center field tonight, but he did not want that much. What's the word for it? Well, not the lineup. Thank you. That's the word. He didn't want because I was. Yeah, he didn't want that much inexperience in the outfield for a Timmy start.
Here's the thing: you got Blanco, who's actually like a bona fide center fielder, and when you're gonna put someone crappy in left, you can shade Blanco towards left field, and then you kind of cover that a little.
I mean,
bit,
Blanco and
Labeled
Pence do
Pill
both
as
cover
someone
his
crappy.
Yes, he is a crappy left fielder. I will say it right now.
You
We're
get
not
replaced
telling-
by
Loud and
Keith
proud.
pretty early on.
Yeah, no, he was yanked in what the 4th inning for
This is his
Keishnick.
second start in left field.
You
so-
should not play left field.
I mean, he had the swinging bunt that should have been an error that went for a hit, but I mean, Bochy was like, nah, no, we're gonna take this guy out right now.
Well, yeah, he came out pretty quick after that play, if you noticed too.
Yeah, it was the top of the 5th he was
Keishnick
replaced.
came in and that was it. Yeah, and that made me feel better about things. That's for sure. Let's see what else. Romo getting the save. That was nice. I think that's it.
Well, no,
right?
Scutero muffed the double play into
Yes.
0, and then
That would have ended the inning.
that would have been the inning. Yeah. but
Instead,
they
it
got out of
caused
that.
the moment of the game
Yeah.
where Javier Lopez had to face Pedro Alvarez with 2 on and 2 out. And he
actually
managed
get
to
out of
strike
that,
him
yeah.
out on 4 pitches.
That's how
Well, and
good
before
Lopez
that
is.
was McCutcheon
Yes.
at the tying run, and he flew out to right, and then Lopez comes in and gets Alvarez.
That
So
was Rosario that got, or
That's
Casilla.
that's like.
it wasn't Casilla. He pitched a perfect day.
That's right. So it was Rosario that got McCutcheon before they got him.
Casilla came in to start the inning after that.
Yes.
Yeah, the 8th inning.
Lopez has been a really bright spot in this bullpen.
Oh, absolutely. If you actually look at, so, you know, the sheets that they give you, it has all the runners inherited and runners scored.
Right.
And he's got like, it's like 7% or something like that. So you I
love that
You were in
stat.
love with those sheets, weren't you?
Oh, yeah,
they're pretty
This
cool.
is your stuff.
Specifically,
Right?
specifically the stat about runners inherited, though.
Oh yeah, because I love the runners inherited stat with hockey.
Lopez has been kind of a fireman for us. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, he's
here's
perfect.
no, you're good.
He's perfect for that role of like, okay, we're in a jam, and they got their big lefty coming up. Thank God we got this guy sitting there
Lopez
ready.
has been with the Giants since 2010, and he's only given up 1 home run.
Wow.
We have to
Is
keep
that for
him
real?
forever.
He might be
That's for real.
the other. Like I thought Buster
That was
Posey was
this
the
year.
perfect man. It might
Yeah, it
be
was.
Javi Lopez.
And he's got
That's
perfect
valid.
pitch. Did you see him singing in the?
Oh yeah, the perfect pitch. Okay, so by the way, he
No,
sings.
he's a weird, awkward singer, but he's actually perfectly on pitch the entire time.
But they play it every single
Javier
game.
Lopez.
I was gonna say, you're talking about the first clip, right? Because the second clip's always auto-tuned.
Is it really?
Yes.
Second clip is auto-tune.
That's why in the
good to
second.
know.
That's why in the second clip the other night, Andres Torres sounded like he was on key too, because he wasn't.
Okay.
I'm not saying it wasn't entertaining, but it
Well,
wasn't on key.
that's a sneaky trick by the Giants.
No, they
right
say
there.
it. They say
Okay,
it.
they say
It's the
it. Okay.
auto-tune playback.
I just
I'm
say I
like,
don't pay attention then.
fair enough.
Yeah, I'm only there for the kiss cam and the
top 5 Buster hugs.
the paddleboard race. That's
Right.
Those are my 2 things that I'm.
No,
like,
I'm
okay.
pro top 5 Buster hugs. I can go with that one.
Oh, that's a good one now too.
That was
the posy
fantastic.
hugs.
Don't
It's
you
like
dare!
Oh, he
call
did it
Posey
again. He
that.
called it posy hugs.
He does it on purpose.
It's
To
amazing.
An
ruin my
opportunity.
life.
And he hugged on it.
All right, nobody mentioned the great idea that we're going to tell Strayed to do.
Yes.
I don't want anyone stealing that. That's ours. We're
That's
gonna tell
ours.
them,
Therefore,
Secret.
stop talking about it on a podcast.
New
It's a good
marketing
thing I
campaign.
forgot what they're talking about already.
Yeah, you cannot
Eric's
steal
over
this.
there.
Yeah.
Beer will do that to you.
I just say I call a spot in the commercial.
No, it's,
Me too, me
it's
too.
Giants 2-2 night.
Well, that's the thing.
That's what
We're
we're
gonna
talking
share.
about.
We're gonna share this idea, but we're going to insist upon being in the commercial.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
We're gonna say we have a
that-
great idea.
that's a
and
good
hear
hook.
it if we're in it.
If we can be in
But
it.
Stop talking.
1000%.
You've already said too
right
much. You've already said too much.
I really hope
Well, if we
somebody
get
on the
Brandon
Giants
Belt
team
in
has
it,
an
Jen
already
would
come
love
up
it
with
because
Yeah, right.
which is very possible. actually.
So tune in next year because apparently the guys from the TortureCast will be in the Giants commercial.
Yeah. We're moving up, dude. First, we get press box access. Next thing you know, we're in your home on your TVs.
Hank Schulman, watch out.
Yep. All right. What else we got? Anything else?
I don't know. They won a meaningless game.
They won.
Yay!
2 out hits. I'll say this too. And we'll get to that in a
we got-
second.
yeah, that's right.
I'll say this too. A last place team should not have the type of atmosphere that we had tonight at the ballpark. It did not feel
It
like we
was
were watching
so wonderful.
a last place
I
team.
almost cried so happy.
It was really nice. If you didn't know they were in last place and you just were
So
attending
Tim
your
Linc's
first
gonna get
baseball
the
game,
standing
you'd think
ovation.
this team was in first place.
Yeah. Tim's gonna get the standing ovation.
Did you cry a little bit?
Inside because I was in the press
You
box.
can openly weep in the press box. That's okay.
Yeah, weeping is
okay.
allowed.
You just can't cheer.
Just
you
no
can
cheering, no
cheer.
cheering or jeering.
You can cry.
You can cry. You can
Everything
dance.
I'd
else
like
is
to come
allowed.
back one day, so I didn't want to.
Let's just say
You're
this.
gonna say
In the
that for a
press box,
future
there's
visit.
one rule. No cheering. You can murder the guy next to you. Totally fine. As long as you don't cheer about it after you do
I mean,
it.
the guy next to me went and got
No other
clam
laws
chowder during the
apply.
game, so I considered that.
Tom Hanks isn't there. It's like, there's no crying in the press box. It's fine. You can weep.
So let's just to reiterate what I'm saying about atmosphere. Tim Linc's give us a standing ovation as he comes out the field.
Yeah.
For pitching 5 2/3.
5 1/3. And I got chills on a standing ovation in the 6th inning.
Yeah, right. And
Phenomenal.
you got Romo coming in and everybody going absolutely nuts during that portion. You have just a buzz throughout the game. You have a random "Let's Go Giants" chant in
That was the best.
Like
That was
the sixth
yeah,
or
like
seventh, I
the
think.
yeah,
Started right in front of us.
where there was nobody on base and we weren't at that. We were in the field.
We were in
Yeah.
the field in the 6th inning.
There was
Like,
no
let's go,
reason.
Giants.
And it just swept
Prepare
the whole
for something
stadium.
to make
Like,
happen.
Start a section
What
in
are
front of
they?
us?
Yeah, it just started echoing around, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden it was just like the entire
the whole stadium at the same time.
It was funny because the guy who started it shut up after a couple "Let's Go
He's like, look
Giants."
what I have done.
Right.
He probably just stood there and just
admired his work.
so damn
Arms
proud of
crossed and
myself right now.
He was like wiping a tear.
I gotta be honest, I'm pretty sure he's the same guy that was gonna get kicked out early in the game and talked his
yeah?
way back into his seat.
Really?
Well, thank God he did.
Right?
Good on
All that
him.
magic
You know what?
moving.
If you're going to get almost kicked out and talk your way back in, it's your responsibility to do something like that.
Absolutely. Bring some positive energy.
What is your contribution to the
You need to
ballpark?
redeem yourself.
Well
Yeah.
played, sir.
Yeah.
That was very nice.
Well play.
We salute you, Mr. Let's Go Giants chanter man.
All right, so the last big story was the emergence of the 2-out hit tonight, which I think we can all say
The 2-out hit
could only come from one place, right? And that's
You
Mr.
need to
Eric
take all the
Nathanson.
credit.
Yeah,
You.
good job, buddy.
That's all yours.
You need to now go to every single game for the rest of the season.
What was the last?
You're welcome, San Francisco.
You can't move back now. Like
You're done.
Also, like,
you should have just got a
Florida,
one-way ticket and just Why?
I might chain myself to the fence tomorrow, so we'll see what happens.
Okay. Yeah. Like I will not leave.
Well, we all noticed it tonight, but then when we went down to the post-game presser for Bochy,
Yeah.
second to the last question was Amy G.
No, it was the very last.
That was the very last
It
question.
was the very last
And he
question, that's
spent
right.
like a full minute on it, too.
And she asked about the significance of the 2-out hits tonight, and we almost started giggling in the back of
Yep.
the interview room there. So that was perfect. That sealed the night.
It sounds like, from what Eric said, for he looks over and all of you are staring at him.
Yeah.
Trying so
2-out
hard not
hit.
to grab it.
Yeah.
To be fair, the Giants had 5 or 6 2-out hits tonight, by my count.
Out of their 10, I think.
Which is a lot more than
They had 11 hits on the
hits?
night.
That's
Right.
more than they probably had all month.
Yep. So over 50% of them were 2-out hits. Yet they still only went 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position.
Listen.
Look,
it's
let's
not bring
baby
your
steps
negativity
here.
to
All right?
trash.
Well, no, we need anybody out there have the Twitter handle at RISP. We can invite them out.
Yeah. We'll get them to come to the next game.
Checking it out.
No, it's something that
Yo, Allie's on it.
If you find it, follow it immediately.
Yeah, right.
At hits with RISP.
How do I do that?
I've already created leadoff walks, so I might as well do
Leadoff
that.
walks?
Yeah, I did. That night, I created leadoff walks.
They're from the Netherlands.
Oh my God! There's really a Twitter handle that has that.
Right now.
But it only has 27 followers. We may have a negotiation on our hands.
That's about how many hits they've had with runners in scoring position all year.
It's a current account too. They tweeted on July 3rd.
So they're still going.
So it's still going. All right, they're not
That's a
inactive.
long time ago, though.
All right, well that's
And it's in
cool.
English.
2 months
All right,
old.
so we have to invite them out for a couple of games. So there we go.
Twitter is kind of you're supposed to update it
I'm
daily.
not sure
Or
why
if
they
you're
have this.
Chad or Eric,
This is
minute.
their
Minutely.
profile.
Yeah.
It's like
What's the implication?
what element is
I'm
today?
very active.
Going to the bathroom, everybody. I'll be right back.
I'll look it up.
Thank you.
Come on, everybody wants to see my cheese bread. Come
I'm in the
on.
bathroom right now.
I just want to express my feelings on bathrooms. Why bathrooms?
I don't know
That was
how
a good trip to the bathroom.
while I was getting my
The coffee worked.
Hashtag bathroom.
By the way, best way to did you get to go to the dining area as well?
No, I never ended up in the press box because honestly, the press box dining because honestly, I forgot to eat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, here's the thing.
Really
This
excited.
is why I'm saying it. Next time you come, make sure you do that because that is the place to rub shoulders, rub elbows, rub stuff. If you want to rub up on John Miller,
Rub stuff.
that's where you do it.
I feel like this.
Because he's got like 3 heaping plates of food.
Yeah, so every time that Crew, Kipe, or Flem come in, they usually get a bagel and a drink. The couple times we've seen Miller come in, he gets about 3 plates worth of food in his shorts and his Birkenstocks,
Yep.
and goes back up to the KMBR booth. So.
Wait, he doesn't even eat it in the dining room?
No, he takes
well,
it
no,
back.
I've seen him sit down for a moment, but then he pretty much.
The very first game we went to last year, he actually did. He did sit down right by us.
Dave sat down for a little bit.
I gotta be honest, had Alex Pavlovic been covering the game tonight, Pavlovic, sorry Alex, if you happen to hear it.
But
I don't.
Say properly. It'd be
I spent some time with him in Tampa.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so I think I
He
probably.
wasn't there today, huh?
No, he wasn't there tonight. So I think I probably would have ended up like remembering to do some things.
Yeah.
But, you know, I got caught up in the moment. It was my first Giants home game in 34 years of life.
So here's the thing. Next game will be tomorrow, and you're going to be there as a fan.
Correct.
Right?
I'm going as a fan tomorrow.
Sweet.
Let's be friends.
Wait, we're not?
Let's
I
No,
mean,
just
we were
tomorrow.
Twitter friends.
Just
Oh,
tomorrow.
true. We just became Twitter friends.
Wait,
Next
it's not
time,
friends on
best
Twitter,
Absolutely.
guys. It's followers. I'm sorry.
Jen's gonna be my new bestie.
You're
Just
not
count
friends
on
yet.
it.
Perfect.
Don't ruin this.
I'm just saying.
We're having a moment.
Get the terminology right.
No, it can be Twitter friends if you want it to be.
What?
No,
TFS?
it can't.
TFF. Oh, I'm so
The
gonna
guy
steal
who
that.
says Posey
Oh my
hugs.
God, we're Twitter friends.
Posey Hugs is
Literally,
actually
you're
right.
trying to ruin
No.
Buster Hugs for America. Like, you can't.
All right, you know what? Screw it. It's Gerald Hugs, dude. What's up?
We're going Gerald now. All right.
He's gonna throw the Dempsey in a minute. Just wait for it.
Gerald Dempsey.
Gerald Dempsey. GD
It's
Hugs.
the GDH.
Yeah.
Allie just said Gerald Dempsey Posey the third hug. You want to get real technical?
So
up in here?
wait. So then they're GD3 hugs.
Yeah, GD3 Hugs. Yeah.
They're Gerald Dempsey quote Buster quote Posey the third.
Why are you guys
That's a
trying to
whole
take
tweet
this
right
away
there.
from me?
Let's be honest, it's better than Demp hugs.
Yeah,
Because his dad's nickname is Demp, and he could have ended up with the same
That's pretty
nickname.
bad, yeah.
Even Demp Junior hugs.
Yeah, right?
I feel like the junior thing worked better.
Sounds like a wet blanket or something.
Yeah, right?
It's Buster
Besides, he was the third.
That's how it
You
is.
can't junior that.
It's the rule.
Yeah, all of you, stop trying to ruin this for us.
It was on a photo.
Buster
It was
Hugs.
on the video board.
Is
So
this
it's
something-
officially Buster
It's
Hugs.
It's officially
And
Buster
you
Hugs,
can't
yeah.
take that away.
DP3.
Is this something that can be ruined? I don't think it's possible,
You're
right?
trying.
I'm not
I don't
trying.
appreciate your
I'm trying to
effort.
improve it. I'm trying to make it my own.
Oh, by the way, Jen thinks that Buster is the perfect man.
Oh, that's right.
But it might be Javi Lopez. I don't know.
Oh.
It's tough.
They're
I
both
think the
very
jawline.
good and also
How many
handsome.
MVPs does Javi Lopez have?
That will never happen,
If
unfortunately.
you gave MVPs to like a very
To one
specific
third inning.
pitcher, he
Yeah.
would probably have like 10.
I would love it if a loogie won the MVP award. That would be amazing.
With 20 innings pitched this year, the MVP goes to Javi Lopez.
If he struck out every single guy,
Oh,
he
well, now
faced,
there you go.
Like, how would you not say like this guy clearly?
I mean, he's top 5 in letting inherited runners score.
Yeah.
So he's got to be the MVP.
Yeah. How many runs has he prevented?
My new best friend Eric is on board with
He's
this.
on board.
I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
MVRP.
How do you feel about left-handed first baseman?
Oh wait, that's it.
I am a belt supporter.
Yeah.
Huge
How
time
do you
belt
feel about
supporter.
Travis Ishikawa?
This is
I think
a really
Travis
important- think about your
Ishikawa
Do you
answer.
love him?
served his purpose.
Yeah. Okay.
Served his purpose.
That's,
So you're saying he did a good
That's
job.
a nicer answer than
He
probably
served
May
his
not be working
purpose.
out
Very
anymore.
politically correct answer.
Okay,
That was the
JT
most
Snow, where do you
diplomatic
stand?
JT Snow should be in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, we're back.
We're back on
all
track.
right.
We're getting matching
Will-
necklaces tomorrow.
Absolutely. We're gonna put 6s on it.
Will Clark,
I
great first baseman or greatest first baseman of all time?
Do you see
I'll say
that,
he's the greatest first baseman in San Fran. Whoa, I can't go there.
Yeah, that's pretty far to go.
I can't because McCovey played first for so long.
Covey played a lot of first base.
Yeah.
Difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see Eric Burns.
Pure first baseman.
recent
Never
one.
played any other position. It's got to be Will Clark.
Will Clark is the best first baseman in my 34 years on Earth.
There you go.
Well, so Eric Burns has a new Twitter kind of, I guess, promotion going on. It's Retire 22, pound Retire 22. Because Eric
Really
Burns,
should.
Wait.
Eric Burns grew up a rabid.
Did
Will
Eric
Clark
Burns take
fan.
credit for this Twitter handle?
Yes, he is taking credit for
It's
it.
not him.
Okay, well that's good. He on
See the
KMBR.
girl in the fedora right there?
Shit's about to get real.
You see the girl in the fedora right there?
Wait, no, there's like 50
One
people.
down?
Yeah, there's a lot of fedoras here.
Serious? That's how you're gonna describe the person?
That's like one of
Everybody
25
is
women
wearing a
here.
fedora.
You're sitting in front of 2.
Oh, wait, no, the Giants fan in the fedora. Wait, no.
The bar patron in the Damn it.
Okay, I'm gonna rephrase. You see the gap, and then the man, and then the woman?
Yes.
She's the one who's behind it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, according to her.
All I'm gonna say, I
She's
won't
coming
name
for you,
names.
Eric Burns.
I won't name names.
You
Turn
gotta
around.
But I know for a fact she's the one behind it because I called her on it as soon
Okay.
as I saw it come up.
Okay.
The
You know
TortureCast
what,
brought
here's the
you
thing.
the origin of Rally Zito, and now we're bringing you the origin of Retire 22.
while his
Apparently all we
stats,
can break is hashtag news.
while his career stats are not like up there with all the guys who are in the Hall of Fame, I don't think the Hall of Fame should be all about stats. I think it should be about what you brought to the game.
Yeah, but this is about just retiring his number for the Giants, not about the Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah,
so.
but I also think Hall of Fame, dude.
Well, I mean, in fairness, most of the retired numbers have been Hall of Famers. They seem to be like the
It kind of like goes hand in hand.
That's what I was gonna say. That was the scuttlebutt I heard. Was if you're not in the Hall of Fame, they might not consider it.
Yeah.
Did you just say scuttlebutt?
Yeah, of course.
That's my favorite thing that's ever happened.
All right, so we're going to get our intern on research to see how many numbers are retired in major leagues who are not in the Hall of Fame. I'm sure there's some.
Chad, you're our research
I am now
Damn
an
it.
intern.
He suddenly found out that you're an intern.
I am now the intern for TortureCast because I will end up looking that up.
There's got to be a few people. Okay, we know there is.
somewhere.
I think Allie's already on there.
Allie's already on it.
So this means, Allie, you are also an intern.
But that is not a requirement. All I know, they were talking about how there's been 15 players since Will Clark left in '93 or after the '93 season who have worn 22, and it's been a bit of a curse. No one has done
who's
well.
wearing it right
Very
now?
true.
Roger Kieschnick.
Yeah, like we're just chucking it out there to anybody.
The longest duration, of course, was Eli Whiteside for 4 years, and look where that landed him. So,
Well, I'll be honest.
Series rings?
not because of his doing,
But my favorite Eli Whiteside moment
no-hitter.
is protecting Jonathan Sanchez, hopping up and down,
Hop, come at me, bro.
ready to go. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
that gray-haired catcher.
Right.
Hey, look, he caught in the playoffs in 2010.
He did. He did.
Caught his no-hitter.
And he caught a no-hitter,
Sanchez's no-hitter. Yes, he did. He has some contributions.
which I will never forget. That was an amazing,
Will
I'm not
Clark
gonna lie, I
didn't ever
didn't
catch
see
a
it.
You
no-hitter.
didn't see it.
I was
It
listening
was an awesome
on radio,
performance.
but I didn't see
And that's my favorite Aaron Rowan moment as well in that game.
Oh, with a catch.
Where he
That's the
catches.
only good Aaron Rowan moment.
No, when he threw out the dude in the playoffs in 2010,
That home
threw the
plate.
guy at home plate. It was a fat catcher for the Phillies.
Carlos Ruiz.
Carlos Ruiz, yes. Yeah. Who probably shouldn't have even tried for home, honestly.
But to be fair, Aaron Rowan did hit a double
Yeah,
in
that's
a
right.
World Series game in Game 2.
Everybody, that was the thing about 2010. Everybody came through at some point to help that team win. Even Barry Zito, we don't get to the playoffs because we get in by one game. We don't get in without his wins, which were what, like 10, 9? Like he didn't even have that many. But
Because, I
Like
mean, we
three?
needed every
yeah, like
Some?
2. Yeah.
Every
But
single one counted
also
that year.
him
One by
like
one.
biting his tongue and sitting there and gracefully taking a demotion to the non-roster position that he got was huge, I think.
Well, he was still doing his work on the side the whole time.
Yeah, he was ready to go.
Yeah,
He knew that he
Speaking
might have to
of-
come in.
Jeremy Affelt threw off a mound today.
Oh, that's good.
I love
Yeah.
that guy.
I saw him out there working. We did not see the ball, but Carl Stewart pointed out to us that he was out there actually throwing today. So that's good news for AFL fans.
That's fantastic. All right, this is actually a pretty long bonus sode. Let me see where we're at. This is a long bonus sode.
Every time I come on the podcast, they go long.
Yeah, when you first came on, we went 2 hours.
2 hours.
And then even after we stopped recording, we talked for like a half hour afterwards.
I found retired numbers on Wikipedia, and there's
Is there an indication of Hall of Fame or not?
yeah. So
Oh my God.
you can see it's elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in yellow. So if you can
There are players that are not highlighted in yellow.
6,
Allie, you're hired.
Oh, there's more than a dozen.
Yeah.
Way more than 2 dozen.
There's a lot, actually.
Okay, so there's a lot of players that have numbers retired that are not in the Hall of
Will
Fame.
Clark.
So there's precedent set for Will Clark.
So let's do this.
We have the downside of having a lot of history, though, and so that ties you up when you have Hall of
We
Famers.
retire people who don't even have numbers.
Christy Mathewson.
Yeah.
And why?
John McGraw.
Yeah, John
And
McGraw.
why?
What were you going to do otherwise? Be like, no, sorry.
Just to sign him a number and then retire.
I wonder if Mel Ott was
can't
the
have
first guy to
NY
get
on
his
your
number,
back.
his actual number retired.
Well, yeah, well, he's number 2,
4.
right? 4? Okay, yeah. So, yeah, he's got
I think it might have been Mel Ott.
Yeah, he's got to be. Yeah. There's
I
nobody
mean,
else.
he had the National League home run record at the time he retired.
Right.
So it's quite possible he might be the first actual number.
Yeah, we'll look into that as
Bill
well.
Terrier
Intern.
3 and 4. Mel Ott, Bill Terrier 3 and 4, but I don't
Yeah.
remember which one.
No, yeah, Terry's 3, Mel Ott's 4. I'm pretty sure. If I screwed up, sorry.
And,
Come on, intern, get on it.
and didn't, by the way,
Yeah, I'm giving Allie a break. I'm gonna
did
look.
Bill Terry play first base?
Oh wait, you guys can't see me. I'm not in.
Greatest giant in first baseman? Probably not Will Clark then, because Bill Terry was pretty beastly.
So Will Clark is
still
great.
the
He has
Yeah,
a
yeah.
southern accent.
We've mentioned the Cubby already.
He yelled "fuck" on the
Well, you know,
podcast.
Bound
Fuck it.
to happen.
well, he played with the, he played with the Giants for 8 years, and he retired at the height. Well, I mean, not the height, but he hit 326.
Yeah, he was one of the only guys who walked
away.
away while he was like still in the
Yeah, because he has an autistic son and he needed to take care of his family, and we all say, hey, kudos to him. But he probably had a good 3 or 4 years left in him.
Absolutely.
And he would have crossed the 300 home run, maybe even the 350 home run threshold. He might have been a serious Hall of Fame contender. Now, if he had played those 3 or 4 years with the Cardinals and or other teams and made the Hall of Fame, would that really change his status with the Giants? No, because he only played 8 years.
He played those 8 years. Imagine.
Exactly. So that's why I say retire his number. Retire.
NLCS, yeah.
Yeah.
Game
Do it.
89, like.
Well, actually, they were bringing up this point. If it wasn't for Will Clark being signed in 85, coming up in 86, hitting the home run off of Nolan Ryan, getting to the playoffs in 87 after they lost 100 games in 84, 85, they might not have not gone to Tampa. They might have actually gone to Tampa.
Might have been,
because
he
was one of the main reasons he turned that franchise around. Yeah. And they might have escaped to Tampa.
Him and Matt
they might
Williams.
not even be in San Francisco today. So.
I'm gonna give a lot of credit to Matt Williams as well. Like that team kind of came back, and they were like a legit team again.
Yeah,
which was fantastic.
And Bill Swift and Don
Robinson
and Rick Russell.
Out of all of those
John
guys, the name
Birkin.
you're always going
Yeah,
to bring up
Birkin.
though, is always going to be Will Before.
I have Rick Russell's autograph because he
Really?
was a dental patient of my father's.
Wow.
So he signed baseballs for the All-Stars on my dad's team that season.
Yeah.
And I made All-Stars that season, and we all got signed balls
Nice,
by Rick
dude.
Russell.
Nice.
Way to go.
Big Daddy.
Yeah.
So you had Big Daddy, and then you had the Caveman, which was that was my favorite. We had two kind of big, not athletic looking dudes who were like amazing
Softball looking players.
Yeah. And they both hit home runs that year too, didn't they? Didn't Robinson hit 3 home runs? I
He
think.
hit a pinch hit home run for the Giants.
Yeah, he did.
He was a pinch
So
hitter.
good.
Amazing.
So good.
Yeah.
Will we ever see that again? Well, actually, have we pinch hit like Bumgarner this year, right?
I know there's been a couple of pinch hit home runs hit
But
by
usually when you
pitchers,
pinch hit a pitcher at this
not
point, it's to
many.
bunt somebody over.
It is really hot in Zeke's.
Yeah, it's very hot in Zeke's right now.
So calm down, ladies. I'm taking off one of my shirts.
Oh.
One of your shirts.
I gotta.
That might be the problem. You have multiple
Yeah.
shirts on?
I'm from Florida.
That's on you.
I'm from Florida. It's hot down there. It's
Yeah.
cold up here.
True. Layers. It's all about layers.
35-degree difference between where I live and here.
Wow.
Plus, don't forget humidity.
Oh yeah, that's
And
a huge thing.
35% less chance
It's
to
a
get
dry
shot.
cold.
And have the guy get away with it here than there. All right, let's pick players and then get the hell out of here. All right?
Ball dude. That's mine.
Chad's pick of the ball, dude.
He's awesome.
Solid choice.
That guy kind of made the whole night. I think. Yeah.
Very entertaining.
In 1/2 inning, he did more.
He got more action.
Forget
He
Javi
did more than
Lopez striking
Tanaka
out
did the whole
Alvarez.
time he was on the Giants.
Yeah, but I don't think he caught a single one.
No, exactly.
Except for that home run ball coming back in.
He was all over that one.
He just slowly ran over and picked that
That was
one.
a bomb too.
He can pick stuff up off the
Yeah, that thing went halfway up.
He's good at fielding stationary baseballs. Yes.
All right, Ben.
Better than
Ben, you got a player?
It's tough. Actually, it's funny because it's tough because there were a lot of people that did good things today.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, very
It's a
much
nice
so.
change.
Yeah, it's refreshing, isn't it?
I'm actually gonna go. I'm gonna go with Santiago Casilla because we don't mention him very much, and he came in and he had a really nice 8. We have a lot of times where we kind of gloss over him because we've got a lot of stronger or more,
Well, look, now that
high leverage moment guys like
Romo's
Lopez
in
and
the
Romo.
now that Romo's in the closing spot, we don't have that 8th guy. Like
We haven't
used
had a
to.
really solid setup guy because
Yeah.
he is as close as we get because he's been one
It
of
was
the more
probably
reliable
supposed to be
guys.
Affeld, really, but it just didn't really
Yeah.
pan out that way. Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like Casillas done a really nice job settling into that the few times we've needed.
Look at his
someone.
stats for the year.
Yeah, they're very good.
People who bitch about Casilla need to look at the back of his
I don't
baseball
get it.
card.
Oh, he's
I
fantastic.
don't get it.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
I don't get
You,
it.
you know what it is? It's like they remember like the one time when
One
he was
bad
the closer
stretch.
and
Yeah.
he had that
One
bad
bad
stretch.
That was it.
I still
Don't-
get nervous. I know the stats. I just get nervous just because it's him.
He's had like
Yeah.
2
I just-
seasons of sub-2 ERAs.
I
It's
know,
like,
I
it's
know.
crazy.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of those things where I don't say he won't do it. I just know that I get nervous. I don't have the same feeling about it. But
Yep.
you know what? He came in today and he pitched
Like he
really
may or
nicely.
may not bring it tonight.
He's a
That's
very
just-
uncomfortable at bat for the hitter, though, because he's got like 4 different
He's
pitches.
also very, very uncomfortable at bat when he's at bat.
That's the best.
That's just pure comedy. The bat is just comedy.
Ever.
He was really comfortable. He didn't move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, here's the thing. I'm as far back
I was
from
gonna
as
say,
I can be.
You
I
can't
was
the
stand
bat.
it.
Don't throw that near me. Don't throw it near me.
He's like,
Then they
I don't know
didn't.
whose helmet I'm wearing.
They didn't throw near him. They also didn't throw near the strike zone. It was beautiful.
Yeah. All right, Eric, you got a player?
Javi Lopez.
Look at you.
It was the key situation of the game when he came in.
Because we were only up by 2
It was
at that point, right?
No, it
three.
was 3.
Oh,
But
uh,
the tying run was the plate.
Pablo Sandoval's 2-out hit.
got it back to 3.
Exactly, got it
And then
back
they
to
didn't
3.
score in that
And it
inning.
was directly the inning after the Pirates scored 2 runs. So it was a very key inning.
It was to get momentum back again.
Right,
We
exactly.
actually did that twice. We came back, they scored 1. We scored 1, they scored 2, we scored 1. It's
Yep.
like you steal back the
Is
momentum.
it
And
also
then-
because Lopez is handsome?
Doesn't hurt.
has
I'm not
perfect
sure
pitch.
if that's the reason.
If,
Is it a contributing
Yeah.
factor?
It doesn't have to be the only
The
reason.
chiseled jawline
but-
does it. That's
The
it.
chiseled jawline.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
What a
What are you
jawline.
gonna do?
But
Yeah.
I mean, again, he left inherited runners stranded, and that's what he does.
that's what he does.
Yep.
He struck out Alvarez on 4 pitches.
Yeah, and he doesn't even mess around. Like
No,
I've actually,
he does not.
It's very rare that he gets the 2 balls on a guy. Like, and if he does, I'm not worried that he's gonna walk him. I'm like, if he wants to throw the strike, he will. But he's always nibbling just that little edge, and it's like, yeah, go ahead and hit this one. Go ahead, because
fine,
you're gonna
try.
drive it into the
Fine.
ground if you do. Like that's not gonna go anywhere. So yeah, I like that pick a lot. That was a very key at bat. All right, Allie.
Yeah, I second the Lopez one. I picked Buster Posey.
Somebody had to.
Because Buster Posey.
Yeah.
because.
Because
Because
Posey.
Posey hugs.
Yeah, because of Buster Hugs.
No!
Willie couldn't help himself.
Yeah. Because of Buster Hugs and for getting 3 hits before the 4th
Wait,
inning.
what is a buster?
Yeah, 3 hits by the
3 hits by the 4th inning.
And just being overall awesome.
One
and I
on a
would like to
broken
give
bat. Yep.
two broken bats.
bats.
2 broken bats.
One
Yeah.
was a hit.
One was a hit.
Yes.
What's wrong with his bats, by the way? He needs something.
Nothing apparently. If
But
he's
yeah.
getting hits
But
when he
did
breaks
you see
them.
though? Like they didn't
Like made in
break-
China or something.
Like they didn't splinter
Yeah.
the entire
They just, like, broke.
fat part of the bat.
Yeah.
Separated from the handle.
There was an audible gasp in the first inning when he broke his bat.
Yeah.
You could hear it. He was like,
Third baseman froze, I think,
Yep.
because he, out of the corner of his right eye, he saw that
The bat
bat head
that was
flying
going
at
right
him
at him.
because he stopped.
Yeah.
He might have had a play.
He might
on
have had a
that.
play if he
Might
actually
have.
went for the ball.
But-
most third basemen would have dove for that, and he was like, no, oh, okay, I'm
Because you
good.
don't want to like end up diving for a bat.
Yeah,
Tyler
exactly.
Coleman knows that firsthand. Not okay.
I would also like to give a shout out to Ryan Vogelsong for not getting hit by that foul ball that Brett Pill hit into the dugout and giving a
bailing
safe
in a
sign
hurry.
after he got from the seats.
Yeah, that was
He did
fantastic.
that was amazing. I was like,
pretty
nope,
good.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Safe.
All right, Jennifer.
I teach
Wilmington
kids that
Cosgriff.
don't hit them.
That's a new one.
Wilmington?
Wilmington.
What?
Wilmington.
Like a city somewhere in the south?
And
Wilmington, Delaware.
at
I
think it's in
Wilmington,
Vermont.
where it's at.
Yeah, it's not the South. Come on.
Oh no.
It's farther north than the south.
Yeah, she's making it romantic. Because Javi Lopez is about to be here.
What are we drinking?
That was Lagunitas, but whatever you want, man.
I don't know.
All right, Lagunitas. again.
Lagunitas.
We're very distracted by ordering beer.
I'm from Tampa.
We're just trying to give you.
We're starting
You're like,
it with
all we
ordering a
have is
shot.
Bud and
Yeah.
Bud Light.
If I see another natural light, I'm gonna hit somebody.
Natty Ice,
Aw,
baby.
Natty Ice.
Oh man.
Anyway.
Nothing to the finest.
I would like to pick.
Are you gonna pick Posey?
No, she's gonna pick. She's gonna pick Belt because he held the bench down all night.
There you go.
Not all
I was
night.
gonna pick. Well, after this
Belt for
conversation, I
getting
just
into
want
the
to
on-deck
pick Will
circle?
Clark.
Oh, And by the way, Jen did interview Will Clark a couple of months
He
ago.
called me darling the whole time. I mean, how do you not love him?
No.
I mean, maybe not you guys, because you're guys. But
No. Okay, just a quick side.
I love him.
So I was a huge Will Clark fan growing up. I had posters on my wall and everything like that. When I got my, I was getting my Eagle Scout. Yes, I know, nerd alert.
What? Eagle Scout's not nerdy.
It's not like it's the first time
Jake
you've
for
mentioned
sure
it.
is
No,
nerdy.
yeah, not. Oh, yeah, maybe I have.
not bring
I'm
up
drunk on a lot of
Warcraft.
podcasts.
Let's bring
up
Oh, I
Eagle
did
Scout.
mention this, but anyway, yeah, my mom sent a letter to him, and he sent back 3 signed cards, and a couple 8x10 signed, and a letter basically saying, "Hey, congratulations, what have you."
You
So,
just answered a question for me.
fantastic. He's
You really
he's a
did,
good guy.
because my dad has a postcard signed by like Jimmy Davenport, Willie Mays, and stuff that he sent in as a kid, and I wondered if they still do that nowadays.
They do that, yeah.
Apparently, they
Yeah, that
do.
was like good old snail mail.
It's,
snail mail.
here's the thing though, if you send in a card, you're kind of taking a chance because they may or may not even get to your.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely.
Popular
My mom
player.
didn't send in anything but a letter. He
Yeah.
sent back
Oh,
cards that were
right.
signed and photos that were signed.
He's perfect.
Right.
Gratis. So
pretty
it was
hot right
fantastic, yeah. So that sold it.
I don't know if she's still eating that or not. I'm not sure.
No, don't
Yeah,
take
just leave it. She might still
How much
be
is
eating it. I don't think you picked anybody.
Did
My
you pick
actual pick
anyone?
was going to be Lincecum. Because
okay.
even though
It's the only one.
he struggled, he got out of his,
It could have been a much worse
his
start.
issues. Yeah, and he's
He
been
did-
pretty
he did
good
well
since
for
the
what
All-Star
happened.
break. He got some early run support, which he hardly ever gets. Also,
The
my
earliest run
sister,
support possible.
my sister is
4
like
runs
so
the
in
first.
love with him.
Yeah.
And tomorrow's Tim Lincecum Gnome Day. So
Oh, right. Oh,
That's a thing.
Eric, both you and Jen are going to get gnomes, huh?
You know what would be-
Absolutely.
You know what would be really
let's be
shitty?
gnome friends.
Well, we're already TFF, so
Oh my gosh,
It's all good.
My heart is so
You know what would
warm.
be terrible is if you showed up and the gnomes had little fedoras on top of them.
Dude, don't you dare try to ruin this for
Oh,
me.
you got to do that. You got to make a little paper fedora or
That would be
something.
fucked
How
up.
do you make an origami fedora to put on a
Figure it out. I don't know. Make it happen.
Allie,
Willie, your new hashtag
I'll
has
Google
ruined it.
it.
Hashtag ruined it.
you're ruining so many things in my life.
What can I say?
All right, Willie, what about you?
Let's see. I'm going to take away Jen's pick.
You are the worst.
Take it away.
No, I'm going to pick. I'm
and
going to
replace
pick
it
Pablo.
with your own.
I'm going to pick Pablo, who's hitting sub 270 right now and got a 2-out base hit, which was pretty fantastic. And this guy should not be hitting 260 something. He should
266 is
He's
before his
supposed
last
to be a
at bat,
300
yeah.
hitter. He's supposed to be hitting 20 to 30 bombs a year.
he's stuck in the 6 hole again.
And he can't friggin' he's moved it. He's got Brett Pill batting in the 5th hole.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's bad, Pablo.
With a swinging bunts.
But here's the thing: the base hit he did get was solid. The ones where he kind of just rubbed it off the side of the bat was what we've been seeing a lot of this year. So hopefully we see more. Even if he makes an out, I want loud outside.
Hey, and
of that
Pablo,
guy.
take the force play at third next time, okay?
Oh, my
What the hell was
God.
that?
Yeah, that was really weird. I honestly think he forgot there was a runner on first.
I
base.
think
That's
he
what
forgot.
Chad said.
Yeah.
I honestly think
think he forgot his
he
runner
trusted
first.
his arm more than he trusted
But
his
he
running
actually looked
ability.
at second. I think he in his brain went, "Oh wait, that's not a force. I got to throw him out."
Yeah.
like because he moved towards third and he clearly had it beat. But I think he was like, "I'm gonna look like an idiot."
I think he
if
forgot.
I run to third and it's not a force out.
Yeah, and Posey picked him up with a nice scoop.
Yeah,
It
Posey
was
really
a
did.
nice pick on that
Yeah.
because that was a bullet of a throw.
To not play first base every day and then make
Yeah.
that play. That's,
No, and I mean,
that's
we've
big.
seen Pablo make some hard, like straight throws, but that was, I think, the hardest, fastest throw.
Well,
I've
he
ever seen
realized
Pablo
that he
on
really
court.
had to put something on it.
Last
Yeah,
week, yeah, but I mean, there was serious mustard on that. It
But
just
the other
shot.
reason I'm picking Pablo is just because we need him. So
we need him.
he's lost 20 pounds in the
22.
middle of the season, which is pretty awesome.
Credit to his
And
brother.
you can actually see it. It's visible that he's losing weight. But we need him to come around. Not necessarily to. We're not competing this year, obviously. But we need him to come around so that when next season starts, he's not in that
He's
like
ready to
I'm
go
a
right
Next
away.
year's
shitty
his
player
contract
in my,
year.
Yeah.
and like
Next
my,
year's his walk year.
my
Yeah.
spot is not really solid, right? You know, because again, like if people talk about get rid of Pablo, to put who at their I don't know who exactly is better.
No, they had Sabian on this week, and they actually asked him that very question. They said, who are the priorities? And one of the priorities is actually Pablo. Even though he has a year left, Sabian actually said, we have no third baseman.
There's not.
Yeah, there's nobody in the pipeline.
Yeah,
we have no one, so that's a
and
priority.
like, do
for
we
them.
want Arias playing there every day?
I mean, the closest we got
Just
was
'cause of his
Connor
bat.
Gillespie.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
traded him anyway.
Yeah, we traded him. So
And he really wasn't up to Pablo's caliber anyway, and we
Yeah.
traded him.
No, they
so
didn't even
what's
sign
left?
him.
Pablo, I would love to see get an
Ryan
extension
Cavan, he's
before
years
he
away, yeah.
has like some monster season next year and then gets like wooed by some other teams. Because I do think he's the third baseman for at least the next like 4 years or something like that. I would love to see that. I'd love to see him
Sure,
lose
I
some
mean-
weight and be like the Pablo he can be, right?
I mean, as a personality, he's always great to have around. There's no
Yeah.
reason not to bring him back unless he's not performing.
just for the clubhouse chemistry alone, this guy. is
Just for
like-
the handshakes.
Yeah. For the
Did you see the
handshakes.
salsa handshake between him and Hunter Pence? It was the
Oh,
most amazing
they
thing.
actually salsa together. Yeah, they did.
Alex, can you Google that?
Oh, it's a
Right-
fantastic
right
little
now?
gif. Oh, it's great. Allie's on
Allie is
it.
my favorite person in
Allie's
the
your
world.
She is so quick on these gifs and.
I'm just gonna go to Carmen's Twitter.
Yeah, there you go.
When in doubt,
Good at
it's
that.
there.
Oh, pretty much.
All right, so
No,
we've all
they
picked
held
players.
hands and danced. It was fantastic.
We've all picked players. I
Yes.
know this is kind of ridiculous, but why will we win it all?
Okay, no.
I wasn't.
The Dodgers
I couldn't
lost
believe you
today.
went there.
We gained a
we
game.
do this every show. How do we do it?
Mathematically, it's possible.
There you go, Chad's
I
mathematically
think
it's
the
possible.
magic number is at like 15 though, guys.
Yeah, their E number is like
Just be
15.
aware.
Yeah.
They've already lost more games than they did all last year.
We're
So
still in double digits though.
Yeah.
So
There you go.
there's
So
that.
Allie's reason is still in double digits.
Yes.
they can't be eliminated within a week.
My reason is let's see. Shit, I don't have a reason.
The
I don't
Dodgers.
know.
Tim
Dodgers
Lincecum is
team-
back.
My
why
reason.
we
My
were
reason is
winning
the
all.
What have you been
Dodgers.
smoking?
The Dodgers team playing goes down. And
That's horrible.
it's horrible,
But that's still not even.
that is literally the only way.
Well, but they still have to leapfrog 3 other teams.
Yeah.
Well, that's the lead.
We're gonna
Look,
go with.
Rat.
We're
Even
gonna go
if
with,
the
and they all break their
Dodgers-
legs.
all die
Yeah.
tomorrow and replace their team
Still
with
alive.
their AAA ball club, I think they would win enough games that the Giants could not catch up.
So
I
did
do
you
honestly
Did
believe
you guys
that.
see Brian Wilson pitch?
No,
the
I
other
didn't
night?
watch it.
I
Yeah.
could.
Oh, look at this denial over here.
Yeah, whatever. I just,
I
it's
had- we
fine.
had-
I'm not
we had
mad
to
at
see
him.
it,
I just don't want to. I don't want to.
No,
see
I'm
it.
not mad at him,
I
but
don't
it was.
want to see
It
him
was.
in the blue.
Do you know what
uniform.
number he's wearing right now?
0.
Yeah, 00.
Double
Really?
zero.
00, and he has a little rubber band at the tip of his
Yeah, I saw
beard.
the rubber.
Brian Wilson is the Dennis Rodman of baseball.
He wore a
That
wedding
makes
dress.
me much
It's
less
funny.
sad that he's gone.
So that means
It's
he's going to
funny
star in
'cause
action movies after his career's over.
And we're
Well,
winning.
I'm sure he can act as well as Rodman because Rodman sucks.
Yeah, it was pretty
Well,
bad.
no, it's going to be interesting
Start
because
hanging out with North
question-
Koreans.
Actually,
Yeah, right. He's gonna go kiss Madonna
Yeah,
next.
that's what I was saying. I mean, but they are coming to San Francisco next month, and we will be at one of those games, at one Dodger game.
Oh my
so-
God! If Brian Wilson gets up in the bullpen, imagine the reaction.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
gonna
going
happen.
to happen.
It's gonna
That's
happen.
the day that 20 people are going to get arrested on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Mattingly is going to do it just to spite us.
Oh, I don't care who's
I have no problem with Brian Wilson.
I'm not mad at him for it.
No, he was the only offer we had.
But you know
Exactly.
But you know
what are you
that
gonna do?
most of the
And he tried to hijack the Giants for more money than they were willing to pay him before the season.
Guaranteed. Yeah.
Right. I don't blame the Giants. He's not an $8 million a year pitcher
No,
anymore.
they just won a World Series without him. He had
Right.
no
He did not have
leverage.
leverage.
I don't blame him. I don't blame the Giants. It's
Right.
just it
It's
sucks
the
that
business thing.
it happens to be
It
that
sucked that it
team.
ended up being the Dodgers.
Yeah.
That's we
Instead of
all
the
agree.
Pirates or the Tigers or whatever.
Red
but-
Sox.
Or the Red
Yeah,
Sox.
it would've
Yeah.
been
The Red
great
Sox would have been
anyplace
phenomenal.
else.
That would have been great.
Yeah, because he's a
I would've
Boston
enjoyed
guy.
him on the Rays.
He actually grew up a
Yeah.
Red Sox fan.
Yeah, I would have. I like the Rays. I follow the Rays.
I would have loved to see him on the Houston Astros.
Pitching in meaningless game after meaningless
No,
game.
closing for Eric Bedard.
That would be so
Hey,
good.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
That'd
forget
be so
about
good.
it.
All right, so we're not going to win
think
it
it's
all. Is the
loading.
consensus?
We're not going to win it all.
We're not winning at all.
don't have to
Brandon
give
Belt.
any
We're going
reasons.
to win it all because
Yeah.
of Brandon Belt.
I'm voting Barry Zito. Shut down
If
closing.
Brandon Bell
Or Travis
can
Ishmael.
somehow get into the game as a pitcher, I think this
Yes.
whole season will turn around.
That's
Oh,
all
that
we
would be
need.
fantastic.
That is all we need.
100%.
Great.
How long have we been calling for that?
Ever since we found
Right?
out that he
Like 2
wanted
years.
to do it. Yeah.
Right.
Year and a half.
I mean, just do it, Bo.
Do
Year
it.
and a forever.
Season is over, dude.
I mean, how many times have we been down 10 runs this year? How has this not happened already?
we're putting Matt Cain on the disabled list when he probably doesn't need to be there.
Oh,
We
yeah.
can put
Oh my God.
Bell
he's
needs to go
so
in.
Do we even know who's going to pick
What?
up his starts yet?
I'm gonna guess
When did
I'm gonna
this
guess what's his face.
A couple days
Oh,
ago.
I like
kick him.
the
Oh.
thing.
No. Well, Petit was available out of the bullpen today if they needed him, so
Yeah,
I don't
that's-
think it's going to be
Well, that's
Petit.
who they purchased. They purchased his contract so that he's taking Kane's place.
That's on
Yeah,
purpose.
but even Bochy said
Yep,
Petit
it
had
is.
thrown it in.
We have Pence and Pablo doing the salsa.
They're literally holding
No,
They are.
hands.
They are holding
Oh, yeah.
hands.
They're
my
doing the whole
gosh,
thing.
my
If you haven't
It's
seen the
so
GIF,
hard.
go find.
Go find Carmen Hughes.
Is that the first time you've seen that,
Exactly.
Willie?
It's on there.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
He twirls.
There's
his
This was from
head.
Moses last night's game.
Literally dancing in the dugout.
It was a couple
holding
days
hands.
ago.
Yeah.
That's
You guys
also
see it?
something you
When they
don't
were
see
losing
from
10
last
to
place
3,
team.
they're like,
That's
fine,
right.
let's
Yeah.
just salsa. Like,
You don't see that from last place team.
I just love everything.
Well, that's their.
about it.
So I still love this team.
I'll
I don't
say
care.
this. Willie said it earlier. This was my first ever Giants game at AT&T Park, and it was electric.
Yeah.
There's no way, had I walked in there's no way I would have known that it was a fifth place team.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was.
If you just had no knowledge prior
No
to being
knowledge.
in that game,
You think
you'd be like, this team's got to be in contention.
Where's the
right?
bunting? Where's the bunting? Yeah, no, it was.
I couldn't have asked for anything
Good
better for
atmosphere
my first
tonight.
game at AT&T.
Yeah, it was
that's
great.
why,
It was perfect.
Allie and I were talking about the trading deadline, and like this team is so bad, and they were in last place, but we didn't want them to trade anyone. No,
we like them
You just
all.
love them
Because
so
we get
much.
this.
Because
Yeah.
this happens. Like,
If Hunter Pence was traded, we wouldn't have that
We
gift.
have salsa dancing in the
Oh, yeah, we
dugout.
would, because he would have come back. He's coming back.
Yeah, I think honestly,
Hunter
with a-
loves it here.
With a
Future
couple of
alien hitting
moves,
coach.
with a couple of
The
moves
best.
next season, I think we'll be right back in
and
where
if
we need to be.
they are terrible, then don't they get a better draft pick? And they
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah,
This is Major League Baseball.
Baseball draft. That
This
means
is
nothing.
Yeah.
And then you have to hope
It's
that
not,
they
it's
actually
not
draft
even going to
someone
help
worth
us
it.
until like 3
We need
years
to
down the
start
road.
drafting some pitchers.
the
which I
earliest
never
anyway,
thought I would
so.
say. Right?
Can't really rely on that. It's not basketball where like you get
2
friggin-
rounds, and you're
Yeah,
like,
you
Yeah,
got LeBron
absolutely.
James. It's like, well, suddenly we're a contender. Like, it just doesn't work that way.
There's nothing
They
like that
need
in
to-
baseball.
You pick Mike Piazza in the 47th round and shit, and then you go, holy
Easy
crap.
now. Don't give him that much credit. It was the 63rd.
63rd. Yeah, exactly.
I just want it
Thank
to be
you.
known that Allie is still watching Panda and
I
Penn's
can't.
salsa dance.
It's so
Can't
great.
turn
It's
the
still
eyes
happening.
away.
It's so wonderful yet awkward at
It's
the
just-
same time.
It's just the
What
best.
do you
I
expect
mean,
from
It is
Pence?
beautiful.
it's
Can
just,
we
I just
now
love gifts.
replace Pablo with Brandon Belt?
Exactly.
That's the most awkward salsa that
Suddenly,
there
you've
ever
got,
would be.
yeah.
Especially with a scared
Suddenly you'll
pose.
break Reddit.
I think you broke
Oh my-
Jen. Yeah.
Has anybody put this on Reddit? Because
I'm
this,
sure.
this has to be on.
It's got to be on Reddit.
I
Yeah,
just
because
I
Reddit.
love between
Yeah.
this and the Scooter Romo handshake today. I just
There's,
I just-
Allie's never
was-
gonna
that
stop
was
watching GIFs ever.
no.
No,
Gifts
gifts
are
are fantastic.
We're gonna have to
Yes.
like bolt your phone to your cubicle.
Yes. Literally just gonna sit like this.
She just lets it charge overnight.
Yes.
Playing this game.
Wake up, look at the gift. Get on the bus, look at the gift.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up.
Wrap it
I
up,
want
baby.
to thank Eric for joining us. Eric, what's your,
Yes, Eric.
tell us where to find more stuff.
Okay, you can find me on Twitter at 2outhits. That's at the number 2 outhits. So 2outhits. I have a personal blog, 2outhits. I have a personal blog also, 2outhits.com. Same thing, the number 2, 2outhits. And I've started writing for Around the Foghorn.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
awesome.
So come check me out over at Around the Foghorn. I am doing game recaps, previews. I'll have some features up as well.
Nice.
I plan on going in depth on some calls because I umpired for over 20 years. So I have an interesting insight from that angle. So come check me out there. So 2outhits though is generally, but come check me out at Around the Foghorn.
Yeah, so if you just look up 2 Out Hits, you'll find all of them.
Oh, you'll find me, absolutely.
Allie
Cool.
and Jen may be starting a podcast.
Yes. you
We're
guys
working
are-
on it.
And there's no
Yeah.
name and no content and no
There's no
direction
name, there's no
and no
plan.
technology.
We have really thought this through.
But we have the dream.
Yeah.
They have a dream, and that's where it starts.
Why won't you just be honest and say you're going to cut all of our voices out of this podcast and just take what you said and make
Guys,
your own?
welcome to
Just-
me and Allie's
yeah,
podcast.
stitch it together.
Wild
This is
TortureCast.
the
We
first
like to talk
episode.
about gifts and Javier Lopez's jawline.
Yeah, that's all we're gonna talk about.
And it's
Gifts and Lopez's jawline and Buster Posey.
It's
That's
the
right.
And
Angel-
I will always talk about Belt
Yeah.
probably every single time.
Angel
Awesome.
Pagan and
Understandable.
Brandon Crawford's luxurious hair might
No
end up
one's
in that
gonna hate on
conversation.
I literally just said tonight I really miss Pagan's hair. When
Yep.
is he coming back? And then you didn't answer my question, so way to go.
September 1st.
Yeah,
There
he
you
did.
go.
He did just have a
Eric
head
Hansen
start
just
in
got
Fresno.
I
He
asked
hit a
Willie that
triple.
like
He got a hit
6
tonight,
hours
yeah.
ago.
He had a triple in Fresno last night.
Actually, oh no, he got a hit tonight too.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that they held him up at third because inside the park home runs break him.
Too soon.
But when he slid across home plate and like threw off his helmet and his hair
Yeah,
just like
that was pretty glorious.
waved
That's when they
at
like
me.
slowed down. Like,
It was the best thing I've
Yeah.
ever seen in my life.
yeah, that was
And
good.
that
Now,
is
if
when
he
our
had done
season
that-
turned.
Yeah, I know,
It
right?
really is.
It is. It really is. I have a piece up on 2outhits.com about how
Yeah.
us not getting on base in front of the big hitters affected
No,
everybody.
Pagan going down was the biggest
It
thing
was.
that happened for us this year.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because
But
it
the
was.
hair was so epic. I was almost willing to forgive it, and then the rest of the season happened.
Yeah,
And then it was
Yeah, and that was it.
You
I'm
know
not
what
gonna
sucks?
lie. I'm living off 2 of 3.
I did. Yeah. Well, it's
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we're gonna live off that for about the
That-
next 10 or
Pretty
20.
soon-
Absolutely.
That goes
Right?
a
Pretty
long
soon it's
way.
gonna
Goes
be
a long
4,
way.
though, and that
Goes a
doesn't-
long way.
I
But
don't
we're
like
not.
that.
But we're
But
we're
that's
not.
half.
like
Let's
It's
make
like
it 3
half
of
of it.
5,
before the second.
and then I'll be happy again.
Every other year.
We're not quite bandwagon.
They don't like
podcast.
odd years.
I'm okay with the
Just
Cardinals winning
semi-pod.
again.
We only
And
said
then we can
bandwagon.
continue every other year.
Yeah,
with the
every we
Cardinals.
swap with the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's fine.
I
That's okay.
really
I'm
don't
okay
like
with
the
that.
Cardinals.
No, every other year. They have the Brett Saberhagen effect right now. So
Oi.
2010, 2012, so 2014, baby.
Look out.
great.
Look
Good
out.
with
You
that.
really went Brett Saberhagen.
I went Brett Saberhagen.
It's that or Aubrey Huff. So.
So,
yeah.
And everybody knows how much I like Aubrey Huff.
no, that's yeah. All right, so
Yeah, I'm the
follow
one that has
follow
the
Allie
Huskers, so
at
in
it's
fairness.
Allie Duh
With 2 H's.
with 2 H's.
That's right, 2 H's. Duh.
Why
So
is
you're
that
like,
H?
you have
Duh,
to
somebody
explain.
with it's Allie Duh with 1 H, and then you were like,
I think it
I
just
could be
looks
Italian Duh,
unbalanced
too.
for some reason.
Okay.
Well, because it's like
It's
it's
the
Allie.
symmetry
Duh.
of Twitter.
I like
Yes.
it. I like it.
Let me
Yes,
hear.
thank
Let
you.
me hear how you say
It
it.
is symmetric.
It's Allie Duh.
I wanted you to be like,
It's not like
Allie
it's Allie Duh.
That's what I was waiting for too.
Otherwise, then it would say
Well-
it's obviously Allie Duh.
Well, I also try to play it down because then it's like, oh yeah, it's Allie Duh, and then I try to say it really quick so no one actually listens. But then no one, I don't know. I don't really think
And
things
then we
through.
call you out on every.
Can I
podcast.
ask you a question, Allie? Are you
Maybe.
going to try for a third year?
No.
For Okay.
Whoa.
No, you
That was
don't.
it. She's not bitter.
You heard it there.
She's not bitter.
I can't take it again.
I
can't do
understand. I
another year.
understand. I
She's
understand.
quitting it for podcasting.
Yeah.
That's
She's
why.
quitting it for podcast.
I'm
Because
gonna-
podcasting's so lucrative.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna try it for the first time ever.
Do
I'm gonna
it.
Go for
Vote
it.
for Willie.
Oh, vote for Willie.
You heard that here first too.
Vote for Willie.
Here's the thing. I do have a little bit of advantage because I got my nerd followers.
Yes,
who might
you do.
help me out a little bit.
You got
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
nerds
yeah,
followers.
My
So,
nerd followers.
that'll
Yeah,
help
no,
me
Willie
out.
has like
As
5
he
or 6,000
affectionately calls
followers.
them.
99% are
We
which
call
are
ourselves nerds.
World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft followers.
World of Warcraft.
So, there you go.
World of Warcraft.
It's just
will
great
get me
because
there.
I remember that.
Oh, wait.
if
No,
you-
when the last 2 Nerdtaculars that I've gone to, yes, there's a thing called Nerdtacular. People
adventure.
I've
ask
learned something new today.
Yeah,
Willie
yeah,
to
right?
sign their
follow-up
iPads.
Yeah.
Literally, the aluminum case of their iPads,
Yeah.
Willie signing them and taking pictures with them. It's very awkward.
What is
Look,
Nerdtacular?
how is it
I
awkward
need to
for
know.
you, dude? It's awkward as hell.
Because he
for
thinks he's a
me.
bigger
That's what I
nerd than
mean.
you are.
It's awkward for you.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
It's very bizarre.
He wants to be the nerd in charge.
That's right.
Chad wants to be the famous nerd.
King Nerd.
The nerd.
You
Suddenly,
can-
Lord of the Flies has broken out of Zeke's.
Yeah.
Where's the pig's head?
You can
All right.
follow Jen at Jennifer Kensington Cosgriff the 5th.
I teach kids and
Exactly,
don't hit them in the face.
Seriously. When the ball
No,
goes
it's
to the
actually
gap,
just at Jen
how do you lose
Cosgriff.
it?
Yeah, it's just my name. Why do you
It's
think
just
that's
your
like
name.
the craziest
That's
all
Twitter
it is.
handle of all
The score
time?
on the top of the screen.
I don't know, just having
to
your
switch
last
something.
name in the Twitter handle.
So it's at Jen Wilhelmina Cosgrove.
All right,
Jen, I like left-handed first baseman Cosgriff. Yes.
I
Man.
love
that
a good
should be your
left-handed
Twitter
first
handle. Is
baseman.
left-handed first baseman.
Character limit.
ILUV.
That's a long Twitter handle. Though. But still, very
It goes
effective.
140, like that's 40 characters out of 140.
Yeah, exactly. Every time.
And then if you hashtag it,
No one will
screwed.
ever be able to mention me ever.
They're like,
I
yeah,
can't
too,
say
and then they just put
Retweet.
like,
Oh, I can't do anything.
I can't add to this.
Smiley face.
Actually, that's a good Twitter handle. It's like
It
way
just says
too long
me.
for a Twitter handle. Or like, you will never be able to.
Go ahead,
reply
try to
me.
retweet me.
Yeah.
All right, Ben is at Fried Duck. You can find him there. We all know this. If you're listening to this, you know this.
If you're still here.
Listener.
Then by now you know this.
Chad
we
is
see,
at
we see you anywhere else.
yeah. Chad is at ChadK21, and I am at Willie Dills. You can also go to TortureCast.com, like us on Facebook, follow all of us on Twitter at TortureCast, and yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
All
We
right.
do stuff.
Sweet. Oh, and on YouTube. And we're on
And on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yes.
And you can go there and you can troll us now.
Yeah,
Somebody's trolling
troll us on
now.
our bad camera angles.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
surprised he didn't use the N-word, though, at least.
No,
So-
he didn't use the N-word. Good point.
Oh, he's an okay troll then.
Oh, he was a very minor
Every time
troll.
He didn't cross the line just
No,
yet.
no,
Every time
Skip out
someone
on
says,
Godwin's
like,
Law.
oh, did you see that YouTube comment? I expect, like, oh, did they
Yeah.
say the N-word? Like, that's what happens.
Very
on it.
modest so far. Very
Yeah.
mild.
All right, that's going to do it for the TortureCast. Bonusode. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time. Why are you laughing at me?
A big thank you to everybody for listening to the TortureCast, the podcast by and for fans of the San Francisco Giants. Follow us on Twitter at TortureCast. You can also like us on Facebook or check out our blog at TortureCast.com. I also want to say thank you to Ashcon and Bailey for letting us use their song Feeling Like a Giant for our intro. For Ben Lee and Chad King, my name is Willie Dills saying, we'll see you next time.